Can a Christian be unconverted? You know, most people get their religion from their culture and they live in. It really is true. In other words, let me give you some examples. Because we live in a Sabbath-breaking society, Sabbath breaking does not strike us as sinful. All right, because Saturday is the most busiest day of all. I mean, everybody's doing everything, all the shopping, all the going, all the sports, everybody just running to and fro. And so breaking the Sabbath, because of our culture, doesn't seem sinful. And yet it's just as sinful as it was when the law was first given. 6 days shall you labor. Can you count? The seventh is the Sabbath. What day is that? What's Saturday? Yeah, the Sabbath day. But because we live in a Sabbath-breaking society, it doesn't seem sinful, okay? People who live in a society where men have multiple wives, this doesn't seem like adultery. It doesn't seem sinful because it's allowed. It's part of the culture. It's part of the society, you see. Churches that do not have a problem with hiring homosexual priests. And that's fast becoming the norm, by the way. In other words, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that sinful. The culture, your culture will dictate to you your religion and what is right and wrong. And you just go around sometimes in ignorance and think, well, everybody else is doing it. Must be all right. Everybody's going to church on Sunday. It must be right. Everybody's keeping Christmas. It must be the thing to do. You know, whatever. Your society tells you what is right and what is wrong. And most people are too lazy to look this stuff up for themselves. They're not going to spend any time searching into this. 30 years ago, someone told me, you want to prove some of this stuff that I'm teaching you here. This happened 30 years ago. They said, if you want to prove this stuff from history, as a fact of history, get a set of an Encyclopedia Britannica and study some of these issues. Study these issues. And I did just that. Paid $1,000 for those books about 30 years ago. And yeah, a lot of this stuff is just a fact of history, the traditions that our culture keeps. From Sunday keeping to, you know, Easter, Christmas, Halloween. All of this stuff is, a lot of the teaching, heavenly retirement. A lot of this stuff can be proven where it came from, where it originated. The immortality of the soul, the false teaching of that you have an immortal soul. A lot of this you can prove from, you know, history, and it is a fact. It's not a fact of theology. It's a fact of false teaching, okay? And you can prove a lot of this stuff for yourself simply by taking the time to study. Most people get their religion from their culture. Everybody's doing it, must be right. Yeah. Well, tell God that when you answer to Him. Can a Christian be unconverted?
Is that really in the Bible? What you think is in the Bible is not.